The next thing we need to do is begin playing these first beginning basic exercises. Everything we've done up till now, we've focused on different motion and hand technique, grip, and all that stuff, but we haven't really used printed music. But we're ready to start doing that. And so if you know how to read music, you understand quarter notes and eighth notes and 16th notes and how to read and count rhythms, then you're in good shape. Even if you don't feel like you're advanced in that regard, we'll continue to work on it and you'll get better and better. But if this is completely new to you and you do not know how to read music, you need to learn. And it's not hard. You can do it. The way rhythms are written and the way they're notated, it's not difficult to understand rhythms and learn how to read music. 2 words in basic drumming vocabulary. The accent stroke that we play using the float stroke style, and the multiple stroke, which is just continuous motion. Now the next thing we want to do is take these 2 words and apply them to basic fundamental exercises. Now this first category of drumming that we're working in, I like to call single strokes one height, meaning we're playing single strokes, right, left, right, left, right, left, and we're playing all the notes the same height. Now soon we'll start to very dynamic levels, but if you really think about it, as we play multiple alternating strokes, they're all the same height. Hence the name single strokes, one height. This type of motion and these types of figures make up the largest amount of drumming material and percussion material in general. And being able to use your wrists, hold on to the stick, and have this smooth, fluid, multiple stroke and accent stroke style motion is very, very important. So the first exercise is called 8 on a hand. It's been around forever. All it is 8 notes on one hand, 8 notes on the next hand. And it looks like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's look together, and I want you to think about with me how the 2 drumming vocabulary words we've talked about so far create these exercises. The accent stroke or float stroke motion is used to begin the motion, but then we keep the stick moving with multiple stroke. When you get to the end of the measure, the stick stops, like the end of an accent stroke. So it's the first motion is the first half of a float stroke, then you play multiple strokes to the end of the measure, then the very last motion is the last note down into the head and it stops, like this. Very smooth, every note's the same height, and I want to make note here and have you think about the fact that grip, hand position, stick path, stick height, all the same. We're just continuing to reinforce that. Now, we're still drumming with all wrist, but I want to emphasize again, this is very, very relaxed. Sometimes it's easy for people to misunderstand what I'm trying to say when I say hold on to the stick, and they squeeze the stick and have this death grip and it locks up all the muscles in their wrist and they get something like this. That's not what we want. We want smooth, relaxed, fluid motion. Now, as you watch this video and see my hands from different angles, you'll notice that I don't have these back fingers death gripped onto the stick with the stick locked into my palm. It's very relaxed. So there's a tiny bit of motion there, but it's very important to realize that these fingers stay on the stick and the stick remains connected to my hand. So just think about all of those aspects. Try this together with me. It's very simple, smooth, fluid, and relaxed. Let's do it together. I'm just going to keep going over and over and over again. I'm going to turn on the metronome. We're going to be at 100 beats a minute, which is kind of a medium starting tempo for this. It's right about where I was a moment ago. All right, so play this with me. Nice and smooth, relaxed motion. 1, 2, ready, and... Ready, and stop. Okay. That's it. That's the first exercise. Now, what's the point of that exercise? It's to use the motions that I've taught you so far and apply it to an actual musical environment, if you will. It's an exercise that continues on. You can play it and for a long time like we just did. You can play it 1 or 2 repetitions, rest for 4, start again. You can do just the right hand over and over and over again and work on just your right hand. Just work on that motion. Now, as you play the 8 on a hand exercise itself, another thing that's very important to note, and this is one of the most common mistakes when you play this when someone plays this exercise, when you get to the last note on one hand, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, this stick stops and the other stick takes over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the hand that's resting, you've got to finish and stop it in rest position and keep it there. What some people will do is this. It's like they don't know what to do with the resting hand. So practice that. 1, and on the end of 4, it stops down low. And the other hand takes over the motion. Okay? That's 8 on a hand. So practice that one.